Hi, everybody. My name is Deb Rozeboom. I'm a GIS solutions engineer with Geocom. I've been in GIS for public safety for my entire career, 16 years, really being able to focus in on the GIS needs for public safety systems, both current systems today and NG9 9-1-1. I've done everything from being a specialist or analyst, building the data, analyzing the data, up to managing teams and projects, and most recently out in Oregon with our West Coast office, taking the management of that before switching over to a solutions engineer role and helping to design the project approaches that we submit for various projects around the country, and just trying to find that right balance of needs, requirements, solutions, and that comes into play with industry involvement as well in the various work groups. So, transition from the enhanced 911 environment that you are in today through the transitional environment and into next gen. And again, in the enhanced world, you're used to working with an MSAG, an ALI database, selective router databases. These are flat tabular files that are in place to route the call today and make sure that that call gets to the right PSAP. And the GIS that you are building and supporting today, in most cases as a GIS professional, if you're interacting with the PSAP, you're supporting systems that are coming into play at the end state of that call. So that call has already routed and reached the PSAP, and you need to know where the caller is and where to direct responders to that emergency. And so it is a critical component in those systems. But think about as we progress to next gen, and in a next gen environment where GIS data is responsible before the call is ever placed, first to validate and store it, similar to how you would validate an address against your MSAG. Now you're validating service order input information, new subscribers and communication customers that are signing up. They're going to be looking at GIS data to validate and make sure that that address is a valid location, as opposed to an MSAG that's really maintained at the PSAP level. So, and then in the transition period in the middle, you have to do all of it. And there's really no way around it. It's E9-1-1 to next gen is not the flipping of a switch. You have to do a lot of planning and preparation of data, of personnel, of everything in order to get prepared. And in that transitional environment, you are maintaining existing databases of MSAG, ALI, all of that tabular information. You're building your GIS data to support the need of a next gen system. And then there's another element that generally comes into play that's kind of a hybrid of the two, which is a new MSAG, a GIS-derived MSAG. That really is pretty much what it sounds like, is building a new MSAG off of the road center lines that you are building to support your next-gen capability. So there's a lot to think about, a lot to consider that we're going to go through, and you may be asking yourselves, well, why are we doing this? And the next slide is really about the advantages of next gen. What is the driving purpose? What is the reason that we want to go through all of this time and effort to build the data in order to support these systems? And what it comes down to is these are a few of many, many benefits that go along with implementing a next-gen 911 solution. And it comes to efficiencies in handling of 911 throughout the call life cycle. And so that middle part says more effective response and more purposeful decision-making, and improves data and information at all times from any PSAP. And that banner across the bottom is really the key point to drive home, is that the end goal of all of this is to reduce response times. Anything and everything that can be done to facilitate the speed the delivery of the call, and not just speed the delivery, but to the right location, and reduce the amount of call transfers that are needed, that lengthen the time that it takes to get to the right PSAP, to get to the right call taker and dispatcher and responders to get to that emergency. So progressing along this pathway, building your data, going through the next-gen 911 deployment, at the end of the day, it really comes down to everything being about reduced response times and improved capability to get help where it's needed as quickly as possible. And again, GIS data is going to be the key to all of that, and at the core of all of that, all of those systems.